But I look down at her, she looks up at me, and I'm like,
What's up, baby?
so there we are, 3 of us in my little Toyota 4Runner staring at their window. It's not as creepy as it sounds. So much so that the flame is just like, you know, engulfing. And Austin lets out a blood-curdling shriek. So Daily Roy, right off the bat, I know a lot of you expected daily uploads. That's just not gonna happen. Daily Roy is about the daily life. Moments in my life that are more frequently to happen to me on a daily basis. So calling it Weekly Roy based off the upload schedule felt like that just wasn't gonna work. Today we're gonna talk about some college stories from my experience at college, because frankly there's a lot that was going on, and yeah, I just, this is gonna be like a story video, which I think is kind of cool. And honestly, if you guys know of any animators that would want to take these stories and kind of, you know, animate it up, I think that'd be kind of cool. DM me on Twitter. Let me know. So, college. There's kind of a lot that happened at college. Story number 1, we're going to call Sapphire Eyes, okay? I call it that because this is the terminology I gave my mom when I first met this girl. Now, I'm not... Okay. I routinely text my mom. I love my mom. Unashamedly, I love my mom. And I let her know what's going down in my life. Okay? So Sapphire Eyes. Freshman year, there was this girl that just beaming blue eyes in class. Okay? I've never seen blue eyes like this, okay? It was a shade of blue you can't find anywhere else. I'll say it. Until my wife comes along and she has blue eyes, then she's gonna take that over. I mean, okay, hold on. It's been like 6 years since this happened, so it's like, I gotta remember. But basically, I was taking an economics class, and I noticed this girl who was sitting a row in front of me. Amazing eyes. I was just like, wow. Okay, I need to find a way to sit next to this girl. And so over the next couple of weeks, you know, I kind of scoped out where she was sitting, trying to move closer and closer. And, you know, I just, no luck. I wasn't able to get a seat next to her in order to have that kind of conversation, because I was like, the only way I'm going to be able to talk to this girl is if I'm sitting right next to her. So one Tuesday afternoon, I wake up with the boldness of a lion, the proudness of a peacock, I think. Proud as a peacock. And I'm like, I'm gonna show up like 30 minutes early before class, okay? I'm gonna sit outside of this classroom and wait until I see her, and then just methodically work my way into a seat next to her. I'm like, this is foolproof. Like, I'm just gonna go through with it. I'm gonna be bold. Unfortunately, she was the first person to show up to class. And need I remind you, I went to Texas A&M University, so most of these lecture halls are massive. You're staring down the barrel of 300 to 400 empty seats, and she goes into this classroom alone. Empty class. Opens the door, walks through, she's in. I'm in the hallway, almost like in the fetal position, with a textbook in my lap, not really studying, because, you know, my mind is occupado on my mission. But I'm like, all right, it's go time. So I smack that book together, you know? We're like, let's go. Tuck that baby into my backpack. I go double backpack shouldered into that classroom. I open that door. I see her sitting down in a sea of empty seats. I go straight up to her. I pop my little earbud out. I look down. Obviously, she's sitting. I'm tall, you know, standing. I'm not outrageously tall or anything. I'm 5'10". But I look down at her. She looks up at me, and I'm like, is this seat taken? And I kid you not, she literally looks at me. She looks around. She kind of, you know, she doesn't quite do a full, but, you know, she kind of surveys the room. I know in her mind, she's thinking, is he serious? Is this seat taken? Look at all the seats. And she looks at me and she's like, no. And I was like, awesome. And I park it right next. In fact, I don't even go to the one, like, we're in the aisle. I'm walking in, right? I don't even sit on the one that I cross over onto the other side of her. Like, I don't know why. That one I can't really explain. But basically, you know, so we have that little moment of like, oh, excuse me. And I'm just having to awkwardly like shuffle on by because it's narrow. And then I park it right now next to her, and I probably had a big smile on my face. And she's probably just sitting there like, and then it hits me that I am now sitting next to Sapphire Eyes, and we are like 15 minutes early now to class. Nobody has walked in. It's just me and her. My right earbud, obviously, is still in, but now she's on my right side, so we gotta pop that baby out, and then we just start making conversation. Didn't go well. But I'll be honest, like, you know, when I walked out of class, I was like, nice job, man. Like, you did it. You know, you had the stones to get in there, and your intentions were very clear. Did I verbalize those? No. But actions speak louder than words, and I think she knew exactly why I was there, and that was enough for me. So Anyway, nothing happened with Sapphire Eyes, so we moved on. So my roommate Austin and I, freshman year, yet again, wanted to start up prank wars with there were these girls that lived in the apartment underneath us and like a little bit down the hall. So one afternoon, Austin and I come up with the great idea to use walkie-talkies to fulfill this prank, okay? The goal was to secretly put a walkie-talkie under one of the girls' beds, her name's Katie, with the sole mission of returning that night with the corresponding walkie outside of her window to deliver horrific and scary noises between the walkies in order to startle and wake her up, or, you know, we weren't sure if she was going to be asleep or not, but the goal was to just alarm and cause discomfort. Okay, it's as clear as I can put it. So one afternoon, Austin and I go downstairs to the girls' apartment. You know, we give it a little knock on the door, and we had come up with the plan that we were gonna go in looking for an egg. Like, we needed an egg to bake something, I think, which honestly should have given us away immediately because neither one of us baked or cooked anything. We were notoriously known for frozen pizzas and takeout. Nobody cooked. So us going to the girls to ask for an egg should have already been like a red flag to them, but they were none the wiser. We go down. Katie opens the door, and there's Austin and I smiling, having a good time. We brought a tennis ball with us, so we didn't show up empty-handed. We brought a tennis ball, and you know, we go inside, we make some conversation. You know, we're vibing and everything. The plan was that we would throw the tennis ball just casually between Austin and I in the living room. Then I would overthrow Austin, causing the tennis ball to roll strategically into Katie's room. Naturally, Austin would have to go in pursuit to get the tennis ball. Okay, so we execute this plan to perfection. Now, I played baseball in high school, right? You know, I was a shortstop. I pitched, was dialed. Just absolutely dialed. So it was a little weird to have to overthrow my teammate. That should have been red flag number 2 to the girls. Number 1, we were there for an egg. That's cap. Number B, I overthrew my cutoff man. That just didn't happen. That doesn't happen, but it did. For this afternoon, it happened. Ball goes rolling into Katie's bedroom, underneath the bed. Austin goes in pursuit, takes the walkie out of his back pocket, puts it in a sock underneath her bed, gets the tennis ball, walks out. I think it would have been hilarious had we gone down to the girl's apartment, done this, and then left without the egg. But we did end up actually getting an egg. But I think that just would have been like the cherry on top. That like, oh, hey, like, we're here for an egg. And then we do this thing and we're just like, bye, you know, and just leave without, you know, but we actually took an egg from them. That night, Austin and I go get in my car, which sits directly outside of Katie's window. Okay. I was like probably 10:30, 11. Not too late, but we figured, you know, things would be winding down. You know, these girls are probably studious. They probably go to bed early. They probably want to get up and see the sunrise and make their coffee and stuff. So Austin and I are in position. I'm in driver's seat. Austin's in shotgun. My brother, Mitch, joins us, gets in the back seat. So there we are, 3 of us in my little Toyota 4Runner outside of a girl's apartment, staring at their window. It's not as creepy as it sounds. Waiting. We decide to start off subtle, you know, just some breathing. So I give the walkie to Austin because I'll be honest, I'm not very good when it comes to like prank calling or anything where my laugh or reaction could give it away. That's just not my area. I'm not good. I am not good under pressure like that. So I give the walkie to Austin and I basically just like cover my mouth because I'm like, I don't want to ruin this. So then there's Austin in shotgun. He just starts breathing. Right, nice little ASMR. Katie's bedroom is dark. The window's dark. So you know, we just assume if the lights aren't going on, then she probably can't hear it, right? So we sit there. He breathes a bit. All good. Nothing happens. He decides to amp it up, turn up the intensity. Okay? Starts saying, Katie, Catherine, are you with us? You know, something that just, you know, to hopefully get some startling. Nothing. The window remains dark. No action. No commotion. So Austin decides to go. You know, it's kind of like a stove. You know, you got your. You know, you click, and you're trying to ignite it. Right. That was the breathing. Then you turn it to low, and that was Katie. And then homie, like turned it all the way up, and then the dial basically came off so much so that the flame is just like, you know, engulfing. And Austin lets out a blood-curdling shriek. Just something high-pitched, scream, terrifying, right? Boy, those bedroom lights went on immediately. Oh, gosh. They went on immediately. And we're like, there we go. Finally got some action. We wait a second, and probably like, you know, a minute or 2 goes by. Like, lights are on, but like, we're not obviously seeing anything. You know, we start to realize, man, we should have put like a GoPro in there. But then, you know, for privacy reasons, we couldn't really do that. But we're starting to, you know, rethink the whole thing. Like, man, was this actually funny because we can't see, right? It was at that point that I get a call from Katie. This is Katie on my phone. I'm like, like, oh my gosh. I'm like, guys, what do I do? What do I do? And they're like, you have to answer it, because if you don't answer it, they're gonna know it's us. Like, that makes sense. So I'm like, I can't answer it. Like, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna do something. Like, I can't. So I give the phone to Austin. I'm like, you have to answer it. He's like, okay. And I was like, I'm gonna just pretend that we're at a drive-through. So I'm like, answer it. So he answers it, and he's like, hey, what's up, Katie? And I just immediately start ordering from Taco Bell. Just like, yeah, can I get a beef quesarito, extra cheese, Mitch, do you want anything? Yeah, give me a large Coke. You know, we just start ordering. And Austin's like on the phone, and he's like, no, Katie, we're at a drive-through. And then he starts ordering. He's just like, yeah, hey, give me a fruit punch. You know, so we're fully committed to the Taco Bell order. Mouth's watering. Katie is crying on the phone. And Katie's like, please tell me this is you guys. Please tell me. And Austin's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And Katie's like, I think somebody's in my house. I'm really scared, you know, freaking out. And Austin's like, no, like it's not us. We can head back that way though. We'll come back to the apartment. Austin hangs up, and we're just like, is she good? And he's like, nah, bro. Like it sounded like she was crying. So, you know, obviously, we're not at Taco Bell. We're just sitting there. We're chilling. And we see, after a few minutes, we see all the roommates huddled around Katie, walking with her out of the apartment. And, you know, they're, a little bit of a jog. And Katie's in the middle crying, just bawling. And they're shuffling out like penguins to their car. And it was at that point we were kind of like, oh, did we go too far? Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should do something about that. So they get to their car. We run across the parking lot, going after, and we're just like, hey, Katie, right. We get there and we're like, hey, it was us. And Kate, I've never heard a girl swear so loudly, so profusely in my life. But oh my gosh, she let Austin have it. After the first F-bomb, I left. I dipped. I booked it across the parking lot. I was like, peace. Austin's just there tanking it. I mean, he, just the full wrath of Katie. They were like, well, you stupid, we almost called 911. How could you guys be so stupid? And I'm just like, I'm hiding behind my car, just kind of like peeking out. Obviously I can hear the full conversation because of the decibels that it was at. And man. Anyway, we defused that bomb, made an enemy. They retaliated almost immediately by putting glitter on our ceiling fans. And then when we turned them on, it just, boom, party fiesta, whole room covered in glitter. Frankly, the STD of art supplies. It was tough. I felt bad for the next tenant because I was like, man, that's just not gonna come out. That's in the carpet forever. You're gonna have to burn the place down if you want to get rid of the glitter. All in all, totally worth it though. And that's it. I see I've been kind of going for a long time here. So hope you enjoyed these two stories. I've got so many more. I've got stories about my injuries with working out. So give me your feedback. Tell me down in the comments what you guys want to hear, what kind of stories you guys want to hear about, and see if I can't deliver. I'm going to be in Washington for New Year's. Very excited about that. So I'll have the Washington vlog for this next coming Friday. So come on back. Be sure to subscribe, turn on those post noties, and I'll see you all in the next one.